Alright, hey! No, I'm not, but it's not red either. Hey guys, can you hear me at all? Hey, Undead! Can you guys hear me at all? Like, how's the volume? Hey, Robo! Okay, perfect. How's the volume on the game? I'm doing really good. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So, I kinda... Perfect. Hello, Death by Macaroni. I guess I kind of wanted to do this stream because there's been so many issues that I've been thinking about since I first stopped playing Andromeda about a year ago. I really wanted to like the game, and it should have been good, but it was terrible. A terrible Mass Effect. So I've been I've been kind of thinking about what I wanted to say about it, I've discussed this with Matto repeatedly. Why did the game suck? Why was it so tragic? And this probably should be done in a video, but we're missing a cam and editing software, so I decided to do a stream. Oh, hi Cheese! You made it! Hey Dave! Okay, so let's go ahead and play. I kind of thought we'd start off from the beginning. We are definitely going to do Sara Ryder. She was my default character. She's derpy as fuck, so let's start the game. So I think the first major thing when you're starting to play the game, it does this really epic score, this really epic soundtrack, and it makes you want to love it so, so much. I had my misgivings about the game when I first heard that it was BioWare Montreal doing the developing. That's not the original developers, and Montreal was actually their multiplayer division. The game flopped so hard, EA actually folded BioWare Montreal. Well, it's luckily I'm not being monetized, so we're all good. I did say flopping hard.
Every great moment in our history.
So I think when I first heard about it developing what they had planned to do, I thought it was a brilliant idea, because what I thought they were kind of going with this is that the races, the Citadel race governments had come together and decided to do a worst case scenario plan, send everyone to the Andromeda galaxy, because, you know, that would have been the smart way to do it, and that would have had a million plot holes in it, so of course they decided not to do it that way. So we have some random initiative just going off across the stars. Well,
for a new start.
And I think, like,
but today,
when they first started, I'm going to be harping on a lot about the graphics in this game, because for months before it was released, they were all, you must have a 4K TV to appreciate this. If you guys don't have a 4K TV, you shouldn't even play it. And of course, the graphics are shit. The only thing that looks good is these kind of space screenshots that they have. We don't care. And I'm sorry guys, I can't skip any of this. They're building up the dramatic effect here. And it kind of works, like you get really into it, the score's pumping, everything looks fantastic, and you're like, yes, I can't wait to play this game. And then the first couple of screens happen. So at this point, when I first played it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome, I'm psyched. Like, they've got the whole 24-hour TV show thing going on with the hour 0, day 0. Before the lack of drama. So much drama before the lack of anything good going on. Again, can't skip this, sorry guys. So I think, like, the whole thing with why it failed so harshly and why it feels like the game was developed in about 6 months is because it was. I don't know if anyone else has read the Kotaku article on it, but they basically did an interview with one of the guys behind the scenes from an unnamed source. Basically, the first 3.5 years of development, they were trying to make the planets of this game procedurally generated and trying to figure out how to do that with a plot. Well, of course it failed. So they swiped it, they got a brand new creative lead, totally new team on it, and between that and the conflicts between Montreal and Edmonton, where the headquarters of BioWare are, it became awful. And this is where I got nervous the first time playing through.
Deep breath.
I don't know if you guys can really tell watching the stream, but it's really, really smudgy.
Pathfinder team, eh? The ones finding us a home.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean.
You guys seeing anything at all?
How about we get her a cup of coffee first?
Okay. So, again, this is where I started getting really nervous, because look at that headshot. It's like, ugh. And you have to remember, this is the cleaned up animation that they touted, that they brought out, like, what, 3-4 months later?
Sarah Ryder.
Yeah,
Let's get you
serious
checked
derpiness.
out. Look here.
I mean, if they had just made the game of just Natalie Dormer talking throughout the entire thing, I think it would have been an okay game. Sarah Ryder is mythical. Have you guys actually seen the model that they
Makes it
used
sound
for,
so
that
easy,
they based
doesn't
her
it?
off of? The model is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how they screwed it up this bad. So guys, what do we want to do? Do we want to kind of go for a I don't know what she's doing type of playthrough, or do we want to be all tough and serious? Why don't you guys decide? Okay, so it looks like you guys are about a minute behind. I know, right? That pissed me off so bad. I was like, yes. But no. We get try hard PB. Don't be tough and serious. So should I just go for a completely irreverent playthrough? Cool, we'll do that.
I hope not. I signed up for a little adventure before we settle down.
Well, buckle up. Sounds like you'll get your wish.
Yeah?
Over here now, the Pathfinder wants you all on your feet right away. He said mission ready within the hour.
idea
mean, if you
why?
look at these
No,
character
but I'm
models,
guessing that's
they're
where
not,
your adventure
they're
comes
almost a
in?
step downward from Mass Effect 3 and the
Okay,
360.
everything checks
The only
Just
thing
one
that
more
looks
thing
really
before I send you
different
on your
is
way.
instead of
Let's test
just
your salmon
like
pie.
instead of a
Sam,
matte
are you
facial,
monitoring?
they have like oily skin,
Sam,
and it's
are
kind of
you
actually
online?
gross. It's like, dude,
Yes,
take a
Mrs.
shower,
Parrott. Good morning, Sarah.
be a
Hope you're doing
badass.
well.
That's another thing. I don't think Sarah Ryder is a badass. It's like, who the hell is this 20-year-old space Jesus? Alright, so we are going to be still thawing.
I feel like a 600-year
Right?
popsicle. Hope we
Like I
cracked
said,
our
if
coffee.
it had just been the
Greetings,
game
Sara.
of her talking, like,
Based on the
not
levels of
any
adenosine
graphics,
in
just,
your
sell a
system,
disc with
your
her talking on
functioning
it,
properly.
everyone would have been happier.
Wait, I don't know what?
It just means you're still shaking off your nap. No reason why we can't get you on your way.
So we're
I
gonna
like the
skip
sa-
all this. I thought this was a really cool effect. Of course, we find out later it's a giant space mine, but I thought it kind of looked really neat. Although the whole question of you're not really able to see dark matter, but whatevs.
What's happening?
Just hang on.
Engineering, report.
Try to brace yourself.
Remedy cryobase offline.
Yeah, she is. Like, that's what everyone's like, oh my god, you have this AI implanted in your head. That makes you Space Jesus. And you're like, I'm a 20-year-old who would probably fall in my ass getting a liquor bottle.
Brace for a reset.
Oh yeah, they're looking shitty. Sorry, guys.
I think so.
What happened?
We're not sure.
I'm gonna try and
Sensors
cut
are
them as
scrambled.
much as I can.
But it's good to see you're up.
Some of it just
Feels
won't
like
let me.
centuries since we spoke.
This is the Pathfinder. Mission teams continue preparations. Cora, riders, report to the bridge.
You heard him. Let's get.
So,
Problem over here.
again, I don't know if you guys can
It's
really
stopped
see it on your end, but this was touted as a 4K game. But if you're looking at any of the scenery, it's really smudgy. It's just, I don't know, it makes me almost nauseous looking at it. Everything's supposed to be so pristine and sharp lines, but it just kind of looks blurry and smudgy.
You left a nasty bump on your head. Let me take a look.
It sucks. It should have been great, though. It should have been great. Okay, so we're looking around, looking around. Let's go talk about our brother.
Did the seals break? Sarah,
Is my brother okay?
Scott's fine. His vitals are strong, but the revival procedure was interrupted.
Do we want to make her logical or super emotional, guys? This is your Sarah Ryder. You choose how she wants to be. We are just playing on normal. I didn't really feel like bashing my head against a brick wall. I couldn't even make myself play through it on the hardest difficulty just for the achievement. I did that for all of them. I have all of the achievements for Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And Mass Effect 2, I mean, there were some battles I'd spend 3 or 4 hours on just trying to get perfect. But this one I just really didn't care enough to. Okay, Robo wants to do emotional. So, we can't lose
I don't like the
him!
sound of that.
Don't worry. It just means the process could take a bit longer than usual.
Emotional. Dave.
Reaction to Scott's implant was suspended. However, his pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
I know, I think like another thing about the character models that really
while.
bother me
Then
is
it's
that
ready to gain consciousness
there's
naturally.
no
He'll be fine.
there's nothing about
Glad
them
to
that
hear it.
stands out. I
Thanks,
mean,
Lexi.
they're average
Keep us
people,
updated.
and you know, not everyone's going to be gorgeous. But
Right. I'll wait for
like,
you
if
at
you
the
look
door
at Mass
whenever you're
Effect
ready to go.
and the promotional for FemShap, like she was intriguing. She wasn't like absolutely amazingly gorgeous, but she was intriguing to look at. Like she made you want to play the game. This is just like again someone I would see at Walmart, you know.
We can't be sure just yet.
What about moving?
And again, I don't know if you guys. It looks like it's still loading. I'll wait for it to catch up in the stream. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it sucks this bad today. It looks like it's frozen in the stream. Okay. So let's go and see what's going on.
What's wrong?
Now this is the introduction of one of the things I absolutely hate in this game. The scanning minigame. Like, it is so fucking awful. You can't really even explore because all you're doing is scanning everything.
She has a scanner. Quick, Ryder, use it to locate the fault.
So you basically spend your entire game doing this. No matter where you are, what you're doing. And it was such a terrible minigame.
Ryder, can you go reset it?
There! It's reset!
Mass Effect 1 was epic from the start. There was like, I was talking about this when I was playing through Andromeda yesterday, kind of like picking up things to talk about. But you start off, the colony is completely under fire. You lose someone that you still remember the name of. I agree. Yeah, Mass Effect 2. You can't. I'm trying not to spoil it because Robo's never played Mass Effect yet. But yeah, Mass Effect 2's beginning was fucking incredible. Like that stuck with you. This game is just a whole bunch of NPCs I don't really care about,
Already scrambling.
doing a whole bunch of crap I don't really care about.
Not sure your dad will see it that way.
Come on, Cora, don't be derpy. You can figure out how to get onto the tram.
Go ahead and take us to the bridge.
It's just, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Like, obviously, Mass Effect 2 is the best. Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 3 was pretty fucking incredible, too, once it started getting going, because you thought you were safe, and not so much. Robo hasn't lived. I agree. I think I might do a Mass Effect 1 stream and just call it,
Report.
We Must Get Robo
We're
to Play
drifting.
Mass Effect.
Flight controls aren't responding.
First priority is stopping these
Right?
Mainline power's been knocked out.
Okay,
We're
so
on
I
the
wasn't the
south
only
sector.
one kind
It
of
won't
bothered
last.
like that. Yeah, the actual, like, curve of her body is just a
What's
little
our position?
off.
Unknown. We lost telemetry.
Damn. We need eyes
And
out there.
look at, again, like, I don't know if you guys can see him yet, but this is Alec Ryder that's being introduced. And for, you know, having
Captain,
someone
the
of a voice
protocol's
actor
clear.
of that
In the
caliber
absence of communication
playing
with the Nexus or the other
someone like
arms,
that, you'd
we
think he'd
proceed
be a
to our
little bit
appointed
more
rendezvous.
dramatic
Solid
looking. Instead, he just kind of needs a shower.
Nobody said anything about running into an energy cloud, and that's just a wild guess what we hit.
Okay, I think it's going to let me skip some of this.
Can you blame her?
I don't know, guys. Is it her call to be pissed off at Ryder for wanting to find New Earth, or is it solid ground? don't we piss off Daddy because we have daddy issues?
She is the captain. I think she gets the final word.
Well,
He does. Yeah, like I said, he needs a shower. They all need a shower.
yes, sir.
We're coming through.
Yeah, it's not attractive.
My God.
And like I said, it's like they look like normal people you would find shopping at Walmart, not someone that you want to be leading a great space adventure with Space Jesus. Yeah, see, I don't think the game allows you to have daddy issues, or like really. That was one of the things that I was really disappointed at. It doesn't really explore your really shitty relationship with your dad. All right, since we're doing a emotional playthrough, obviously we can't give up.
Don't know how bad it is yet. Still seems like it's our best shot.
Maybe. There's just a lot on the line.
Sam,
The energy from the phenomenon is dumped.
where my room?
Okay, so the planet's not as great as it thought it was. They got, you know, they spent 600 years trying to get out here, and it's a shit pile.
Stubborn
Blah, blah,
runs in
blah.
the family. Guess I rubbed off on him.
Look at her neck.
Just as long as he knows what he's doing. It's not like the cavalry's coming to save the day.
I just can't get over these character models. And like normally I'm not one to harp about bad graphics in game. I've spent the past 2 days playing KOTOR,
All the riders adrenaline
and
junkies?
I still love
I
it.
guess it's in our blood.
But
I was born
when
in
you
it, haven't I?
advertise your game that you must have a
I'll never let 'em
4K
forget
TV, that you must, you know, you're not playing it or you're not
Don't worry.
experiencing without,
I'm sure
you know, all
Scott
this
will pull
stuff,
through.
Yeah.
you gotta
when he
kind of
does,
live up
he'll
to
want
your
to hear
hype.
stories.
So, let's get out there.
And yeah, I
find
agree.
everyone.
Sam was just a shit Edie. Edie was
Right.
the
You'll want to get your helmet. And maybe stop at the Good Luck Rock before we go.
Oh look,
what?
let's scan that.
It's an old superstition of your dad.
More awesome scanning.
Got it.
That should do it.
The Pathfinder is now requiring side.
Ryder?
Hey, Fisher.
Yeah,
how's it
exactly. Like they hyped it up so much and made such a big deal about the graphics, and then they shit out this.
going? She wasn't thrilled with the idea of
Why? And this was just one thing that kind of bothered me, like when you're playing through here, they made such a big deal about this stupid rock, and they never mentioned it again. It was just a whole lot of stuff like that. Like they'll mention something, build it up, and then nothing.
Way things are going today, we'll need any luck we can get.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think we need to go to the weapons locker. So I'm kind of like skipping all the pads and stuff. Normally I would read through them,
safe
but
and
that's really boring and a huge waste of time. So we're just going to be skipping all that crap. See, again, like the only pretty part is walking through the door and seeing the outside
Dr.
space. Like
Carla,
that's the only
with
thing that
everything
has.
going on, I think the Ark needs you more than we do.
There was a lot of things I think they were going to explain in the DLC. One of the things that actually really pissed me off at the end of the game is that they have the Quarian Ark pinging, and it was obviously supposed to be DLC. It's like, don't sell me DLC in-game, right? I'll have to check it out later on, yeah.
It's what we hope it is. It'll be one for the history books. You got a quote ready? One small step.
I'm pretty sure your dad will handle that.
All right, team.
Sir,
Seem
This is
I
more
heard what
like
happened.
setting up like, oh,
Your
we
brother's
have
strong.
daddy issues, blah, blah,
We'll make it.
blah. And here's a close-up of our oily face and our
better.
derpy smile.
You know him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, team, listen up. I chose each of you for the Pathfinder team, not just because you're talented and passionate,
And
but
nepotistic.
because you're dreamers.
This
Like
is
me.
why nepotism wins,
We
ladies
dream
and gentlemen.
when people
Been waiting 600 years for this.
archive period. This is
Good luck.
Very shiny people. Yeah, such a disappointment. Like, I just played through this part yesterday, and I'm still disappointed because it's just like, oh, it's such a letdown.
Copy that. You're on point.
So, to give them props, I actually thought this cart was kind of cool. Like, you can see
It appears to be an unstable mass of dark energy.
the dark energy, you can see the arc. You can't skip this part, sorry guys.
Getting some chop here.
Gravity anomalies detected.
See if I can even it out. Stomach would appreciate that.
So I don't know, like, what were your guys' some of your, like, bad experiences with the game? Those who have played through it, like, what pissed you off the most?
Name's Liam Costa, security and response specialist.
Good to meet you, Liam.
Hard to believe we're finally doing this.
Sure beats reading the brochure.
I can't, sorry guys.
Our deceleration. Planet's dead ahead.
Can't skip this part. It's dramatic. It's the drama. We must save it for the drama.
Initiating atmospheric entry.
Here we go.
The flight guidance is scrambled. It'll pass. The controls
So
are
again,
ready.
what made you guys, like, the most upset about the game? I completely agree. I think if it had been any other title, like, call it freaking Epic Space Adventure in Andromeda. Don't slap on Mass Effect label to it. Like, call it something completely different, because this didn't have the heart or soul of it.
Is this the right planet? We had this all worked out.
I think it missed its soul.
The mountains are floating.
Right? I still remember Jenkins. Like, 3 of your party members die in the beginning opening here that we're just about to go through, and I don't even remember their names. I didn't remember their names while they were dying.
They're not friendly.
The shiny faces, yeah. Too much hype. I was really, really nervous because they were hyping it up for about, 8-9 months before release, and then the 3 months before it dropped, they started saying nothing about it. That kind of made me a little nervous. Yeah, I think if it had been called anything but Andromeda, it would have been okay. Like, just like a shooter, it's okay. I probably wouldn't have played it, though. It just feels so try hard. Like, they were trying to make it dramatic, they were trying to suck you in, but they didn't quite know how to do it. Yeah, that's another thing, because it was BioWare Edmonton who developed the game, so I don't know if you guys really knew this, but like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, they spent the first 3.5 years of development trying to make the game planets procedurally generated, and it just failed because there's not really a way to tell a story with a procedurally generated world. And then basically they scrapped that. They fired the senior developer, brought in a new director entirely. He left. I think they went through like 2 or 3 creative leads as well. And basically the entire game was slapped together in about six months to a year. Yeah, she would have made it pretty kick-ass.
I'm surprised we aren't too.
Did we really do that? Or are we dead and don't
He
know?
is. I don't know if you guys. I think I read like last year, like the beginning of last year, that he is back as one of the general managers. I wasn't really happy with his 3-colored vanilla ending of Mass Effect 3, but they did try to make it up to us with that extra DLC. That extra free DLC.
Ryder, how's your survival training?
I've seen my share of
So,
troubles. Nothing crazy.
I think, like,
Well, crazy
I think what really kind of bothered me the most is because even at this point of the game, I could tell that they basically built a combat system and then tried to shoehorn in like a storytelling RPG game around it. He's the one who scrapped the DLC. Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have made money.
Those structures we saw on the way in? Who could survive in
Because
a place
everything, like,
this?
when you're in combat, when you're in battle, it's perfect. Like, it's really, really fun in the multiplayer combat. I know that Matto played more of the multiplayer than he did the actual story, because the story he couldn't give two fucks about.
You think that energy cloud we saw could cause all this?
Sam said it's dark energy, but that's in space.
Yeah, hell of a cloud.
A cloud that makes boulders float.
And I just feel like, so we were introduced to Liam and Cora so far, and it's like, okay, so Liam is basically the new Caden, Cora is basically the new Ashley. They don't have anything to really stand up for themselves. They had no true ideas or creativity, so they just basically rehashed the same characters, tweaked them a little bit, and called it good.
What the hell is this?
Come on! We gotta get through it!
Woo! Woo! Let's run through the lightning of death
Habitat 7!
and floating rocks.
Keep moving!
Serpentine! Serpentine!
Looks safer under there!
Is this for real? What the hell's going on with... How's your guy?
And I think,
I wanna
like,
see if it's working.
I never touched the
Take a
multiplayer.
shot at that fuel cell.
It's multiplayer that stopped me getting all achievements in Mass Effect 3. I played a little bit of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, just enough to get the achievements I needed for, like, the perfect ending and stuff like that, but I've never really liked multiplayer in a Mass Effect game, just because, I mean, it's not about that, it's about the story.
Working!
We did get over it, yeah. Yeah, I think having the PlayStation and having the Switch really made us get over achievements pretty damn quick.
I think I can see a path up. We'll use the jump jets if we have to.
Into the breach!
Think I'd rather fall than get hit by lightning.
Yep. How'd my dad find you?
I was a cop, then crisis response.
I don't know, I just...
Yeah?
Another thing that kind of bothers me about this is there's no environmental storytelling. Yeah, I agree. I'm just not really a fan of online multiplayer. Especially being a girl, I'm always scared to put on my headset.
That's it. We're getting there.
And I think, honestly, like, when I first started playing, this is at the point where my attention span kind of stopped. And it's really sad, because you're about 15 minutes into the game, and I just stopped caring.
Thanks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What the hell is
There are so many games, like, I'd want to play or want to replay, and I'd be like, well, I don't have the achievements for this and this and this game, so I'm just not going to play that. I'm going to, I'm going to go for the other games I don't have the achievements.
It's not a hotel, that's for sure. Nothing around here makes any sense.
New galaxy, new ways to die.
Just not today.
Right? It's Fisher.
So this is actually the part that started to bother me a little bit, because you meet these aliens, you're in a different galaxy, and you just start shooting them up. And I actually had a really big problem with that. I mean, it could just be me. I don't know what you guys think, but I felt like a conquistador. Like, I'm just slaughtering the natives because of a misunderstanding. Like, I don't know if it was just me, or what did you guys feel about that?
Just be ready if this goes south.
It usually does. Just say the word and I go hot.
You'll have to forgive me, guys. I haven't played a third-person shooter in like 3 years.
It's over!
Yeah, right? I would be like, hey, are you my friend? Let's be friends. I mean, at the very end of this level, obviously you see them in their space Nazis, but I still felt really bad.
We did our best. Not like they gave us much of a choice.
They didn't. So we reload and put it behind us. Nothing good the way they were armed.
Yeah, we all hope for better. We hope for better for this game.
Gone. Kirkland and Greer went looking for help.
Come on.
Ah, my leg! Whoa. Take a look at these bodies. What are these things?
I think I have to scan them. See, more of the scanning minigame. So much fun!
Well, I don't have Sam here, but I can try to make sense of it. They're DNA based.
I hope the other team's okay.
We'll find them, but we might want to scout around first.
Yeah, it did. So you're basically
specialist.
logical, emotional, serious, and
Looks
flippant.
like you knew how to
And you
handle
can
a
be like a
combat
combination of those
Spend
four.
time with an Alliance peacekeeping force.
Which I guess was kind of interesting, but like on my first playthrough, I played an extremely flippant Sarah Ryder, and I was really surprised my entire crew didn't mutiny. But then I remembered, oh, Space Jesus, because I have an AI instead of my head, so obviously they couldn't mutiny.
It's gear from one of our shuttles.
So we're just gonna go and try and find some other shuttles. Looks like they're about to kill one of our guys over here, so we're gonna go in and try and stop them.
Take them out!
Right behind you!
Ah, shit, come on.
They want to fight! We'll give it to them! I count one left to go!
I think like one of the... Come on. I'm supposed to... Alright, so maybe I'm not that great at stabbing things to death.
Can't believe we're doing this.
Did Kirkland make it?
Yeah, I kinda rusty with my skills. That's kinda why I went with a normal
No
playthrough.
vital signs. Just shot him in cold
But
blood.
this game's really, like, my playthrough's not really supposed to be about me being good at the combat.
Would we treat them any different if they showed up on Earth? armed with teeth?
Okay, that's
Maybe
really
not.
damn clever.
Peace isn't going to be an option here.
That was one of the things I actually did feel annoyance at
Welcome back to
the...
this body.
Because this is basically the tutorial level, and one of the things I felt like they did is you have no abilities, you have really nothing, and I think they made the combat just a little bit harder than it needed to be. I don't know, that was just kind of like a personal thing, because I just felt like it's the tutorial, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, let us get levels, let us get some experience before throwing all that crap at us.
Hey, look, flares going up over there.
Could be our people. I'll mark the nav point.
I think we're gonna, you know, not double check to see what our
There, watch out! What is this thing?
I think it wants to eat us.
Okay, it's dead.
Whatever it was.
How did it cloak like that?
just me. Okay, well, I'll take it. I don't think we'll be exploiting this ruin because that will be really, really boring. Because it was boring to play through. I can't imagine what like sitting there watching it would be like.
What a mess. I can't believe we survived this.
We're not off planet yet.
Hey, does anyone remember of the guy that we like who just died? Because I don't. Well, yeah, they're evil space Nazi cloaking dogs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sort of structure. Like
Yeah, see, that's my problem. I mean, who here doesn't remember Jenkins from, like, when we all played the first game in 2007? But that guy? No idea who he was.
a path down on the right.
Yeah, we'll just be skipping that run. And I think like the hardest thing for me is just trying to like focus on playing through the combat because I get really distracted thinking about like the other games that were better.
On our way.
Because I was thinking about like Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 1 when we were doing that last battle. It's like it's so hard for me to keep on target because I just don't give a fuck. And here we start seeing some of the environmental challenges. I actually didn't enjoy them as a challenge. I thought it was more irritating than anything else. I don't know, what did you guys think about that?
I'm on it.
Sara Ryder's just pretty much good at being derpy.
Pick your target. Plenty of those.
I got one!
I really miss having a biotic guy.
Careful, they fight dirty.
Come on, guys.
Harry, you guys okay?
Not dead yet!
Come on.
Since when do rocks float? Just go with it.
I think that kind of is like the entire summation of the game. Just kind of go with it. Don't think about it too hard because then it's depressing. Just go with the flow.
Man, these guys don't have
Yeah,
to
me
fight.
too. Like I said, I think this part was just really unnecessary.
Ah, damn,
It's like, yes, we need to establish that they're space Nazis, but when you're level 1 and you have to make the guy come to you, I think that's ridiculous, because now the game's AI is not going to make him come over to us, we're going to have to go over to him, which I think is absolute bullshit for this early in the game.
Well, that settles that. Cavalry to the rescue. Nice to see you guys.
You too, Harry. How is everyone?
Still in one piece. You got here just in time.
So we're going to go ahead and level up real quick. Or not. Okay, so combat. We're going to, let's specialize in rifles. Call it good. Oh shit, I forgot to. Assault rifles. Because you can never be too good with assault rifles. Okay. Good.
Where's my dad?
You went scouting ahead while we fixed the
Yeah, you
shuttle.
can't run by on sanity. Ship drops more off if I remember rightly. Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for the thing to... It's again, it's just such a slow
Barely a word.
pace.
Then
Like,
started-
I think like the first Mass Effect, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but they had a timer and you had to beep the bomb, and the entire colony was at stake. That made you feel something. Here, I'm just like, like. I don't know, I just find the battles more annoying than anything. And there really is only the same 3 or 4 different groups of enemies. Because you have these guys, the kit. You have the evil Angora. And then you have, like, basically the fauna from the different planets. So it's basically you're just killing the same couple groups of enemies. And I guess, like, the other games were like that. You know, you had the Geth in Mass Effect 1 and... but I don't know, it just...
Lightning zapped their shuttle!
Come on, fucker, where are you?
Heads up! Another shuttle incoming!
In this weather? Guess we got their attention.
I don't think that, like, it's really small pet peeve, but one thing that actually really bothers me about this fight is that you can't actually shoot the guys while they're in the shuttle. I have never seen a shooter where you couldn't do that.
Sound off.
I'm here!
Still alive.
Here!
Present.
Come on, fuckers.
I can't get a beat on those things!
There's too many of them.
It's space magic! It's not unrealistic, it's space magic. You fucker! Liam, really? Did you already die? You couldn't shoot them. I don't think there really was that many drop ships in Mass Effect 1. I can't really remember any offhand. But again, I mean, there was different expectations from a game that came out in 2007 versus a game that came out 10 years later, right? So if I wanted to play a generic space shooter, I'd be playing Call of Duty. Oh, you motherfuckers! Ah!
Ah, hell! Enemy ship on the way! Get to cover! Go, go!
Okay, maybe we'll actually be able to beat it this time. You know, the hovering, it's space magic, right, guys?
They got fools to try it.
I would kill for a grenade.
Don't let up!
Ah! Lightning zapped their shuttle!
Sorry, I'm not really talking, guys, but I'm just trying to get through this battle. I'm not sure why I liked the, even the, let's see, let's check the chat. Final mission, you can't, the dropship came on the Citadel, you could use the cannons, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yes, we got their attention. Are those dogs? I wish. He's got some weird cloaking ability. You're shitting me.
See, again, I just find, for a tutorial, this section is just really unnecessary.
Here!
Present!
Come on, puppies. Come on, puppers. There you go.
There's too many of them! Just keep firing, we can do this!
Got him. There we go. So again, it's we came on the planet, we're attacking them, and we're gonna take out our anger.
Stay pissed. Use it.
Will do.
Just remember, we need that ammo.
Strangle them if I have to.
What about the others?
Fisher's wounded.
Derp
sitting
is
tight,
right.
No sign of Greer.
Ugh.
Our shuttle's in pieces.
Guys.
Does anyone remember any of the names of these characters who are dying?
Take cover! Take cover! Hang on. Ugh.
Yeah, Cora's a badass biotic. That is the entire point of that fight.
I am not biotic.
Don't worry, it's not contagious. Before they attacked, I managed to fix our comms.
Yes.
You're a lifesaver. Now just take it easy. Sam, are you there?
QEC link established.
Sorry, guys.
Not with
There
these
we go, I
storms.
can skip
It's
it.
too risky to
Damn
fly.
the risk!
I'll take that chance.
Not if we... I have... Damn! They...
Yeah, we don't care about any of you guys. Pretty much, yeah.
Get the Pathfinder's position.
Marking the nav.
So was Jenkins, but I mean, everyone loved Jenkins.
Let's make this quick.
What about Grit?
If he didn't turn up by now, nothing we can do. The Pathfinder's all that matters.
What was my dad scouting for?
He was trying to get readings on the tower.
Pretty much. And then I remember Liam because I had Ryder sleep with him, and then she never
Nice
talked to
have
him
you
again.
back, Sam. How about some good news next time?
Because I was really bored. And it didn't actually create drama. So,
Ryder,
little bit.
Dad was in trouble. We have to find him.
Did anyone play through where you had Sarah sleeping, or Sarah or Scott sleeping with everything that moved? Oh no, the lightnings! The lightnings! Run!
Sam's right. We don't have much time.
Look, the rocks. They're drawing the lightning away.
Is there really? I didn't sleep with that Asari journalist because she was kind of annoying, but again, I'm just finding the environmental effects with the toxic stuff just more annoying than interesting or environmental storytelling. Because we kind of know that the planet's jacked.
Sir,
Stay low. Visitors, just like us.
So we're gonna go get yelled at by Daddy because we didn't explore the boring tunnel.
Have to look out for things like that.
With everything happening. We're lucky to be.
We're gonna whine out about it a little bit.
The tower is caught in
'Cause that's how Sarah Ryder rolls.
The lightning goes away.
No, she's too pretty. I think like the only thing that the upgraded animation did was to make Sarah Ryder look like she had slightly less of a chromosome issue. Just slightly though.
It's a hell of a gamble, but we won't know until we get in there and try.
No illusion.
if Sarah's game, but we risk.
Oh, it's them.
I've been working on that.
See, you guys, do they look like stuffed animals to you? Because I don't find them menacing. They look like stuffed animals. Because they've got those little mouths and, I don't know, I just find them adorable. I don't want to kill them.
Works for me.
Okay, so we're gonna go storm the base that's held by those adorable little stuffed animals with guns. I mean, I guess they're trying to make them look like somewhat of Angara still, but I don't know. I think as far as a menacing villain could have gone, they probably could have tried a little harder.
This went south in a hurry!
They're coming out of the woodwork.
Keep things tight, don't get separated!
Big ass Ewoks. I think so too. How could you do that to yourself, Dave? Like, I've been playing for an hour and I'm bored of the game. Maybe we we should slow down for our team?
I'm here.
Keep the momentum up. Don't let him get the drop on you.
Have to keep an eye on our flank.
Not if we keep moving forward. Don't let him catch us.
So I actually have a problem with him saying that. I don't know if you guys have caught up with it, but Liam just pointed out we should probably get the kill all of them so that they don't come from behind us. And Alec Ryder was just like, no, we'll just outrun them. Said no military commander ever. Space villains are top loader's hat. Oh, you fucker.
Let's get inside there.
I don't know if you guys have been hearing him calling out the different profiles that he wants. I just found that to be kind of an unnecessary feature. I like the fact that you could pick and choose what skills you wanted and you weren't really stuck to a character class, but I found the profile switching pretty useless. I don't know how you guys felt about it playing through.
Oh my god. That's Greer on the table. They killed him.
We'll try to come back for him. Have to keep pushing ahead. Squad, on me! Sam, give me engineer profile.
Alright, there we go. So he just asked for a new profile.
Keep up!
I don't know,
Sir, where are you getting?
the guy. Yes, it does. It does. That's the one thing I was really missing with these battles. It's Cora is kind of a shitty biotic for being a super badass biotic. I really miss Caden being able to lift those motherfuckers up in the air and throw them off bridges and stuff.
The storm's getting worse.
We'll lose our chance if we don't beat it. Come on!
What's got me?
Give it right back to him.
We're almost there. This looks like a control center. Keep him off my back.
You heard him.
We made it. In one piece. Not over yet. I need to get through that door over there.
Thanks for dropping by. Bye, Cheese. Good luck. Okay, so
What now?
I think one of the things that really also upsets me with this
There's more coming up.
What's the plan here?
with this game is also the level design. It really doesn't feel like their level designers did much of a job. Just because it's the levels are either way too spread out or way too compact together. It wants to for you to both feel like you have the room to do stuff and to completely cage you in. I just felt it was really messy level design.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Even the Ket bases were just kind of boring.
Analyzing possible inputs. 25% decrypted.
Hurry. We don't have long.
Again, it's
Hold both sides. Can't let
we're
them
supposed to be
slip
hurrying
out.
and in a rush, and I'm not really sure why.
What is this place anyway?
I don't know, but they sure want it back.
Well, 50% decrypted.
One thing that I was thinking about while I was playing KOTOR this morning is I really do miss the just the walking around banter that you used to have.
Do it.
Because you just walk around and they'd start talking to you, ask your opinions and stuff. It was such a signature BioWare design, but they don't do that in any of their games
Maybe because
anymore.
I shot him in the face.
Yes, Lehman, that might piss someone off.
Sir, any progress?
Decryption is 75% complete.
We've almost got it.
Just a little longer! They're falling back!
Come
Could be
on.
regrouping for another push. Stay sharp.
Decryption complete.
Let's see what the chat has to say. Heavy unknown, I guess you have to scan them. Yeah, pretty much. Our favorite mini game of
I need to take a look at it.
Andromeda. One of the things, like, you can't really tell by my playing, it's just, she maneuvers so heavily. Like, when you're in armor, it makes sense that, like, it feels heavy to move her, but when she's just in her regular clothes, like, I don't know, it's pretty nitpicky.
Get your back into it.
And Mass Effect elevated music and chats, me too.
Shut this thing down?
I don't know yet.
Right? Exactly. It's just everything feels like a third-rate clone of the original series.
Nothing on this planet has listened so far. Just be careful.
Worried about your old man, huh? I won't tell anyone.
Okay, sorry guys, I can't skip this either. We're gonna have to be stuck here for the entire vision.
To make it all worthwhile. Sam, begin translating.
A moment.
It feels like the game is just so try-hard. They were like, oh, we need to have something interesting that beats the Prothean visions. Let's do an ancient civilization that left behind stuff that only an AI can decipher. Okay, that's cool. Hey guys, we need to actually come up with decent new characters. Why don't we just rehash Caden, Ashley, Rex, and do a try-hard Liara, you know? I know, it's wrong. It actually made me really, really mad that you have to do all this stupid research and design to get the good armors. I just found that. A lot of people disagree with me, but I didn't like the complexity of the crafting system in this game. It was more irritating to me than interesting. What did you guys think?
I'll be damned. It's working. We did it.
There's hope at least.
There's hope. That's what they need.
It's all anyone back on the Ark is looking for. Hope it'll work out.
So I don't know, what do you guys think about Sara Ryder? Is she the savior that we desperately need, that everyone in the game calls her, or is she just a in-over-her-head 20-year-old? I feel like she's an in-over-her-head 20-year-old. I liked it, something to give me to... Well, I guess there is that. I just didn't like that you had to have the crafting points. That was irritating. And I kept running out of mats to make any of the good stuff.
Repeat. We need an emergency extraction now.
They're spinning up the shuttle. ETA is 3
No, Ryder! Don't sacrifice yourself.
We don't have that long.
And also, why couldn't you just, like, fix her helmet with the Omni tool? Like she did 45 minutes ago.
Deep breath.
Initiating transfer.
See, the close-ups in this game aren't good. This is why. That's not pretty. And again, this is the rehash of what happened at the beginning of Mass Effect 2. Just, again, a shittier version of it.
Move. She's going into cardiac arrest.
Maybe it was running on the same battery as the PlayStation controllers.
Pulse is weakening. Tell the Ark to prep med. Come on. Pulse dropping. We're losing.
I don't know, it's just...
It's a seizure. Her brain can't handle the connection. Get her to Sun Node.
There so many good ideas and concepts that you just failed at. And I don't understand why.
Sam, what's the reading?
Ryder's implant is overloading. I suggest a hardwire connection.
Do it!
There!
Yes, sorry guys, I can't skip any of these cutscenes. It won't let me.
Welcome back, Sara.
Uh-oh. Robo's right. Her boobs really do need to be perkier.
You were clinically dead for 22 seconds.
Did the rest of the team make it?
Hey, you're still with us.
Yes, Liam.
Guys,
We
get
know that
Sam
you
up.
want us,
Right
but
away.
we're just gonna sleep with you once on your ugly sofa and never talk to you again.
Sam.
I didn't hear him.
Her eyes are too big. There's a, like,
Look here.
you guys should seriously Google the,
And here?
the model that she was modeled on. Like, I don't even
Father.
see, they spent all this
Where?
money hiring her to be the model for Sarah Ryder, and then they did that.
It was your life or his, and he chose you. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I know this must
I love
be
how
hard.
everyone's smiling. I'm so sorry your dad just died. I'm gonna have this huge grin on my face. So guys, do we want to not be close to our dad, or do we want to be in denial? We'll just be in denial.
I can't believe he's gone. 1 minute.
I know he could.
Okay, we'll be able to skip all this.
What are we doing in Sam Node?
Congratulations,
That
you
was
are
not
now
part of you.
Space Jesus.
In a way we don't entirely understand.
Okay,
It
we
played
did go with
havoc
denial.
with your brain.
Sam?
Your father authorized the transfer of Pathfinder authority to you.
Can't skip this.
Shouldn't that be Cora?
In theory. In reality,
Denial,
you're
yeah,
the
we
new
did denial.
Pathfinder, Sarah.
We are gonna be in denial still.
Can't be serious.
What's the matter? I think you're up for it.
Why would my dad do this?
He obviously had faith in you.
It's all academic anyway.
Because nepotism,
Sam's
Sarah
linked
Ryder.
to your
Because
mind
nepotism.
will keep a level now. Trying to untangle it could kill you. I know this is tough, but we need to start thinking about the next step. A lot of people are counting on us.
Is the arc still
You are
resting?
Space Jesus
That's the
now.
thing.
Accept your
Whatever
identity.
your dad did with that tower, it saved the day. Some sort of
When it
atmosphere.
comes to decisions, just do the opposite of what you
We're on our
normally
way to
do.
the rally point now.
Be
She's at the
sensible,
Nexus.
rational.
She needs to rest first. She has 2 hours. We'll need our.
Oh yeah,
Pathfinder
you just
for this.
died. You have 2 hours to get on your feet. Like, seriously. Cora's such a bitch.
Oh, I checked on your brother. Still no change. But if you can pull through, so can he.
So watch his character model. It's pretty
dad
disturbing
involved.
with some of those facial expressions.
Your father will be missed.
What's going on, Sam?
This is our private channel. I shared it with him.
That's a classic Sarah Ryder.
Why did he do it? Why me?
So again, like,
But he never acted without
I think
reason.
I'm about to stop here for now,
I'll
guys.
keep
We've
more
gone
after
through the
you started to
tutorial.
go.
There's really not
You
a
said
whole
pain
lot that can be
involvement
said, and
by
I don't feel like
He
wasting your
insisted
time
you were
and
stronger
mine
from
going
his
through all the
passing.
planets, talking about the ridiculousness of how big they are and how there's nothing to do but FedEx quests. Do you guys have any thoughts about Andromeda? What could have made it a little bit better? Right? That's what I said. Yeah, she does smile a lot. Your dad just died, smile. And look, the adorable Care Bears that we have to kill. So we're just gonna skip that. I think as far as villains go, the Kit and the Archon are pretty fucking lame.
Ryder, good to see you on your feet.
Casey could have made it better.
We're at the Nexus.
Like I said, when they farmed it out to,
It's the
when they
forward
farmed
hub
development
for the
out to
entire
BioWare
Andromeda.
Edmonton, I was like,
Sorry,
this isn't gonna
Solarian
end
and
well for
Turian Arch should be
anyone.
there too.
Less shiny.
Let's hope they
Better
had
bras.
luck. Starting our approach now.
Boob job, yes.
It's almost as big as the Citadel back home.
All those
Nexus
three
Control,
are
this
very,
is Archive
very
Green,
true.
requesting docking clearance.
Well, guys, I
Captain,
think I'm
only
going to
getting your
stop the
automated
stream
approach channel.
here.
Not a live person.
I really
Like
want
it
to
or
say
not,
thank
we're
you
here.
for
Take us in.
hanging out with me, letting me kind of talk about it. Ket is a drug in the UK. Seriously? Is it really?
Construction should have been finished by now.
Could be worse.
How? Habitat 7's a bust.
What
We
type
might
of
have started
drug
a
is
war
it?
with the first aliens we met, and our Pathfinder's dead. This better be green across the board. Docking initiated.
Alright, guys. Let's see. Well,
All
thank
right.
you guys for... Oh,
I got us
ketamine.
here.
Oh, okay. I've never heard
Good
that
luck,
one. Well, thank you
Pathfinder.
guys for hanging out with me while I blabbered on about Andromeda. I'll probably think of another stream here to do after a while. Have a great rest of your day.